All right, so because of some very fun developments in my very beautiful life, I am not currently at home. I'm driving home from work specifically. And on top of that, it's also much later in the day than I expected. So, the idea of still coming home and then recording was not that appealing. And I chose to show up driving and record for you. So, here we are. I promise I will stay safe looking at the road, only looking at you at red lights and all that fun stuff, all the stops, but mainly focused on the road. I promise. So, what I actually wanted to talk about today, well, some of you in my life may actually have already heard what I'm about to say, because it was in a conversation with you, in a group. You know what I mean. Actually, we had a lot of conversations today. A lot of stuff happened. Oof. But the big point in my mind, still active, is the idea of doing better, right? Be better. You know, we are human beings, right? Not human doings. Being better, right? And being better can mean a lot to a lot of different people. You know, you may look at that as a call to be better than the person next to you, which, yeah, if that gets you motivated, awesome, right? It may be more of a competitive thing. It may be more of a, mindset and personal development thing where you want to use that to improve, right? When we started talking about it before, I realized just how important it is to be clear about what you're trying to be better than, right? What are you comparing yourself to? And I think it's really most important to be better than yourself yesterday, or last month, or last year. Be better than who you were. Because that's all we really ever have control of. We may look at the people around us and, think whatever we want about them, but in reality, they have such a different life to what we have. Right? If you're comparing yourself to someone at their best, are you also comparing yourself to them at their worst? Are you comparing yourself when they are struggling and succeeding? Are you comparing every single part of that life, or just what's convenient for you? Are you doing what's easy for you? People have lives that we may never know, ever. Honestly, we have lives that we barely know. The amount of people that I know that actually do deep self-reflective work is, probably more than most, but still quite low in the grand scheme of things. Like, I know people who, they're pretty self-aware, they've thought of a few things here and there, and then I have some people that genuinely look inward, look deep, and ask themselves questions that, one, nobody's ever asked them, or two, they never ask themselves, right? That's self-reflective work. That's rare. Where was I going with that? Let me double back real quick and return. Being better than yourself is all you really have control over. Yeah, because we rarely know ourselves. I mean, it's the likelihood that we will really know another person, all their dreams and motivations and their history and their experience and their memories and their beliefs and values and everything that makes them who they are, we will learn a lot. But by the time we learn so much, they've already changed. Because you've already changed. You are already someone new. The only person that you can ever hope to be better than is yourself, because that's all you really will ever know for sure. You know yourself because you've been with yourself your entire life. You've never switched bodies. You've never truly lived in someone else's life, like a real body switch scenario. You've been you. And because of that, you have so many skills, so many gifts, so many blessings to give to the world. And you have your own pitfalls, your own moments of weakness, your own areas to grow. And so when I say be better than yourself, I'm looking to be better than who I was before in just one area, right? Be better than yourself, be better than you were in one area, one little area at a time, but do it every single day. Do it consistently. Got my red light, so I get to look at you. Be better than you. You've got a gift. You have a blessing. And the people around you are lucky to have you. Continue giving that gift by also giving yourself the gift of growing, of becoming more. The more you grow, the more you have of yourself to give, the more impact you can have, and the more you'll get out of life. I want you to give all of yourself. I want you to be more, to do better, to be better. The people around you will do one thing. And if they are at their lowest, it's pretty easy to be better than them. Truly. If someone is struggling, if someone is in a very rough stage, rough phase of their life, it's pretty easy to be better than them. And it's not because you've done anything crazy, but just because it's like they just have it rough right now and they're reacting in a poor way, and you just showing up as a quiet human being actually does seem to be better, right? But is that better for you? Or have you lowered yourself? Have you lowered your standards for who you are and what you'll accept because the people around you are at a lower standard? Part of being better is making sure your standards are higher for yourself than they've ever been. And high standards are not a bad thing, right? There's a way to have too high of a standard, and I'm not suggesting that. What I'm suggesting is having, reasonable and achievable standards, but standards that you don't waver on, that you don't second guess, that you don't let slip by. A level of life that you commit to every day and always, so that the people around you can expect a certain level of you, a certain level of love and growth and contribution and certainty and variety and significance. Like, they can expect that from you because they know that you stick to who you are. Your standards are who you are. You rise to the level of your standards. If you have an area of your life that you're not happy with, it's because your standards aren't that high in that area. We do everything in our power to match our standards. Rarely do people have the standard of, I will always exceed my standard, but they exist, they happen. Most people just live a life meeting their standards. And so whatever you have in your life right now, it's because it's a standard you've set. So being better means raising that standard, doing more, for yourself, for the people around you. Because why else? Why not? We are a team. The person sitting next to you and across from you and behind you, they're your team. Whether you see it yet or not, they are your team. They could be a stranger, they could be a friend, they could be a family member. They are your team. And how do you want to treat your team? What's the goal of your team? You may be on a team, but are you trying to win by yourself? Or are you trying to win together? You tell me, why is it important to be better? I've told you all of my reasons. I can't even say I told you all of them. I've told you the surface of all of them. There's so many more. I've made my life these past 2 years all about being better than I was yesterday. And I can tell you firsthand, it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. To raise that standard, to say, I'm gonna be more. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna accept more. I've gotten so much love in my life, so much passion, so much beauty out of being better, that I just want the same for you and every single person that is blessed to come into contact with you in your life. Be better for yourself, be better for them, be better for the people you don't yet know. It could be a future family, it could be a future friend, a future stranger that you'll meet. Be better for them. Not be better than them, be better for them. And no more needs to be said on that. So I sign off. Until you and I meet again. I know you love this part. Just remember to always fill up with the love, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.